Didn't you have a relationship with a CO at that one?
At the beginning, I'm thinking, no, she likes me. I'm likable. I'm funny. This is not what this is. And then, like, I see that I'm, like, getting my way. I'm like, hey, can you move this person in my dorm? She does it. She moved my girlfriend with me. Because I had another girlfriend this time. Years go by, you move on. I'd be like, when can I talk to you, like, about this or wellness or whatever it was? And she'd be like, you can come to my office whenever you want. I'm like, walk in your office?
That's how it starts.
Without a pass? This is good. So, that's how it started. I started going to her office, and I went in there one day, and she kissed me, and I was like, whoa. I was actually shocked because I was not expecting that. This is head of classification. Oh, I got it made. Ooh,
yeah. That shock is quickly overcome by the fact that
I got the power.
This is going to be a good thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crime and Entertainment. Got a very special guest here today. Flew in from Tampa to be on this show. Please welcome Angela Nicolazzi. Angela, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Good. So how was the flight from Tampa?
Turbulence. I left my blanket also in the car. So no blanket, lots of turbulence, but we're here. We're here. I have coffee. We've made it. We're good.
I think the forecast might have lied to you and told you it was chilly. It's quite humid here today in the South. But, I mean, It's humid in Florida, too.
I have a sweatsuit on, so we're good. We're good. I have a sweatsuit on that said 40 to 60 degrees.
Yeah, I think they fibbed.
It's about 80.
Yes, it's damn near 80. But it will be 20 Monday, so that's the changing weather we have here.
And it'll be 80 in Florida. So either way, I'm getting the heat.
I would much rather live in Florida if I have the choice than here.
Yes,
same. Eventually, long-term goal, I would like to live somewhere in Florida for sure. But today, we're here to talk about your story. I've heard it on a few different podcasts. You were on a friend, Ian Bick. He's a friend of the channel. I was on his show as well. And then my good buddy, Matt Cox, he was just on his show as well. Shorty. Yeah. One of the things he said, he was like, people always pick on my arms. They say I have like dinosaur arms. And when he done that and waved it back and forth, I had never noticed it before. I don't try to pick out flaws in people. But when he said that, I was just cracking up laughing because now every time I see him, I just picture him doing that.
That's the part I didn't catch. I got to catch that next time. I initially just said, damn, you're short. I didn't even mean to do that, but we love Matthew. He is great. Those videos are doing very well. And so, yeah, I didn't mean that. Damn.
Absolutely. He's a good guy. He even told me, he said, I don't know if I would tell on Wade if we got caught doing a crime together. So that means a lot, folks, if Matt Cox won't tell on you.
That means a lot.
Yeah, that does. I'm going to get a shirt made that said Matt Cox won't rat on me.
You're special in his life.
Exactly. He's like, there's not many. There's not many.
No. I feel like him now, though. I'm telling.
He's very open about it. He's like, I'm telling. He's like, we're spreading this around.
Yeah. Yeah, you did it. You're going. You're going.
I think you have to have that perception of you go into prison. I think when you go to prison and you do a stretch, I'll listen to somebody say if they would or won't tell after that. If you've never been, I can't really put any, I mean, if you say you'll tell, I'll probably believe you. But, so many people say, I'd stand up, I'd go, I'd do my time or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, would you really, though? No. Like, would you really? No. Have you ever been put to the test?
Yeah. I love when people say the whole saying, snitches get stitches and end up in ditches. Or they say, like, oh, I'm 10 toes down. I would never tell on my family or my brother or sister, whatever, the code. And I'm like, do 15, get out here, become successful. Tell me you're going to lose all that because somebody else was stupid.
Yeah.
No.
100%.
And if you are, then you're just that dumb.
So obviously with this being the discussion, you did do a stint in prison and it was a long, I would classify it as maybe troubled road to get there, but that's what we're
Yes.
going to unpack here today. So tell us a little bit about early life, growing up, how things were, and then we'll eventually lead up to your incarceration.
All right. So I was the middle child growing up. My mom at that time had three of us. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. My dad was in my life, but he was a workaholic. Him and my mom were never together. So all three of us had different dads. So you can imagine the brokenness
Yeah.
of the beginning of that. So I grew up in New York until I was about 13. My childhood seemed to be great. My mom, we were always told like there's a roof over your head, there's food in your mouth, then you're taken care of, which I see now the other aspect. There's so many more things that come to raising a kid than just putting food in their mouth and clothes on their back. But at that time, my mom did what she could, right?
Right.
So I used to fight a lot and I didn't really know the root of that until later on in life. But I was always like fighting I always wanted to debate everything, which is why I was going to law class in high school. Great debater. And I just grew up in a broken home. Again, my mom did the best she could with what she had. So she moved us a lot. We moved around a lot. We moved to North Carolina for a year, and then we moved to Jacksonville, which was the beginning of a nightmare. So I was about 13 when I was in Jacksonville. And about a year later, my mom sent me back to New York to live with my dad, which did not even last a year before I was back there. So my childhood was very just broken, moving a lot. The friends that I grew up with, you know how people are like, I had friends for 40 years, 20 years. Well, I didn't until now because I moved a lot. When I met a friend, I was leaving. And so just very broken, very disruptive. My mom was very aggressive, not physically, but just she talks with her hands. She yells, "Mom, why are you yelling at me?" "I'm not yelling." I'm like, oh God. We're Puerto Rican and Italian. We have that aggressiveness. But again, that started transitioning into my school life, my friend life.
That you talk with your hands too?
I talk with my hands.
I had
as
somebody
you see.
tell me the other day, said they were witnessing a conversation I was having with somebody that worked for me. And like later on, it was like, "Is everything okay with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, it looked like it was getting kind of heated." And I'm like, "Well, not really." And he's like, "Well, you were talking violently with your hands." And I'm like, "What?"
Guilty.
What do you mean talking? He was like, "Well, you're just doing a lot of." I was like, "That's how I do." I'm like, "All right, go here, do this, do that." I mean, apparently that was talking violently.
That is a form of being aggressive.
Really?
So they teach you when you're taking, because I took Toastmasters and all these things, like to put your hands behind your back when you're doing certain speaking engagements so that you can learn. And that's very hard for me. I express everything with my hands.
Yeah.
So moved to Jacksonville. I'm now back at my mom's, 14, and I'm skipping school a lot. So my mom was working 2 jobs at the time. She's taking care of 3 kids. And when she's at work at night, it's me and my older sister raising my little brother. We're cooking after school. So there was some days I don't want to go to school. Like I didn't have my childhood after school, right? School, cook, clean, do whatever because my mom's at work. And then it's back to school. So I started skipping school a lot. And that's where I found my childhood, in skipping school. And then it got to being promiscuous with the boys, hanging out with the boys all the time. And then the boy moved in next door.
The one that you were
Dun, dun,
seeing.
dun, dun. Yeah. Yeah.
That's usually trouble.
That was trouble. So when I met the boy next door, who then became my daughter's dad, I was a teen mom. At the age of 14, I was pregnant.
Wow.
And it really just started taking a turn from there.
How was that received by the parents? I mean, I know you were split with who you were living with, but how was that perceived?
So my dad was so mad at me. Me and my dad were extremely close. I was his only child. I was a daddy's girl. And he wouldn't talk to me for like 2 months, the longest 2 months of my life. He finally came around, but he was so angry. They didn't want me to have the baby at all. My mom at one point wanted me to abort the baby. At this time, she was with my stepdad, and he was all for me keeping the baby. He's like, it's her decision. We'll do what we can. Which then my mom accepted, like, all right, we're having this baby. And it is what it is. My daughter's dad's family was in the streets. Like, his mom was on drugs. His dad was on drugs. His grandma raised him the best she could, but he was in and out of foster care a lot. So just already a bad environment we're bringing a baby into.
Did he want
toxic.
it? Did he want to
He
keep
did.
it? He did?
He did. He did. He was against abortion 100%.
I was going to say, kudos to you at 14. Even when you have parents maybe edging you to the side of abortion, like there's something to be said for saying, you know what, I'm going to make it work no matter what I got to do, even though the road might have been hard, which we're going to get into. Like, I'll just say kudos to you for stepping up and doing that, because so many people, especially if their parents are okay with it, probably would have taken the option of abortion. And I'm not a proponent of that. So thank you.
Thank you. I could not imagine had I done that. My daughter now is my best friend. Yeah. I actually birthed my best friend. We live together today. We work together. We do everything together.
That's awesome.
She dropped me off at the airport. She's picking me up. I could not imagine life without her. So when I look back, I'm like, thank you, God, that you did all that and you knew ahead of time, because I gave life to my best friend. So I don't regret one step. But it was the beginning of a very hard life for all of us. Mm-hmm. Going to school pregnant is embarrassing. I'm depressed. My mom took me out of my regular school and put me into a pregnant school in Jacksonville, Beulah Beale, which is in the hood. Just horrible. You don't imagine that when you're going to school, right? They're pregnant. They're miserable. People are going through depression. There's 11-year-olds in this school pregnant. 13-year-olds with 2 kids. And it's like, whoa, what did I just do to my life? This is like what is happening.
Apparently Planned Parenthood's not got a big presence in that area there.
No, at this time, the rate for teen parents was so high. I wasn't aware until I became one that there was a lot of me. Because, when I'm going to school at first, I'm like, dang, everybody's looking at me. The 14-year-old that got pregnant, the girl that's pregnant, embarrassing. And then I go to the pregnant school and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of us. It's not just me. I'm not alone. There's more mess ups than just me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'd imagine it can't get it very much easier from there, though, because, that's a lot of responsibility to take on. And to me, I think the hardest thing for having a kid that young is it wipes out, your best teen years. And I'm not saying you didn't have good ones, but, that's the time when you're really figuring yourself out and you're having your fun, you're making your stupid choices, your stupid mistakes, and you're kind of hopefully getting that out of your system before you begin adulthood. But it kind of forces you to, get your shit together really quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Forced out of childhood. No prom. No sports. I have to go home to a baby. So there's no after school football games. There's no cheerleading. There's no volleyball. All of that is just done. It's not even a thought. Because when I go home, I'm picking up my baby from daycare. Which was another hard thing for me, was leaving her. I would get to school and I'd be like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm not staying here. I'm going to get my baby. I need to be with my baby. I dealt with separation anxiety really, really bad. So I didn't want to be in school anymore. So eventually that led to me just dropping out, staying home with my daughter, which wasn't the best decision. But at that time, it all made sense to me. I'm home with my kid. So
how do we progress from there? What happens?
So after that, me and my mom do not get along. We bump heads a lot. I love her with all of my heart, and everything I'm doing is so prayerfully one day she is well taken care of when she cannot take care of herself. However, at that time, we do not get along. We're fighting, we're arguing. I'm still trying to live life, be a teen mom, live under her roof. But I'm grown. So again, we're fighting all the time. And every time we would fight, my mom would put me out. And she'd be like, get out. That was her favorite thing to do. Get out. I'm like, I have a baby now. So now there's nights where I'm out staying the night out at friends or wherever with a newborn. No fun, right? It's about to get disastrous because now I have to take care of a kid.
Right.
Her dad is working at odds and end job. He was a dropout. His family, there's no support. So he begins robbing people. That was his thing. He hit licks. He would rob trains.
Trains?
Oh, he had the maps. Where they're going to stop, where they're fully loaded until they go to their next stop. And then he would hit them when they were there. And they would unload the carts of like electronics, TVs, laptops, cameras, like crazy stuff they would find. And he'd call me, he'd be like, go to my grandma's house. There's something in the room for you. And it'd be a 52-inch screen TV for my daughter. I'm like, what in the world?
How would they rob the train? Like, I mean, I get it.
He
You know
had
they're
it
carrying
mapped out.
cargo. So you would rob when they take it off?
When they would stop. Because they stop in between wherever they are. And I guess they would sit for a period.
Right.
And the carts are loaded.
Yeah, so they would go into the train
Into the
cars,
cart.
get it out. Holy shit.
Crazy.
Jesse James type shit.
It was crazy. I'm like, I never went with him for that. So I didn't see it. But it would be the aftermath.
Right.
Hey, I need your Jeep. Come pick up this stuff. I'm like, what? And it's like all this crazy stuff. So he started doing that. So as sad as it is then, it was okay because he provided for my daughter. She had diapers, she had clothes, she had food. Wrongfully.
Right.
But she had it. We're young. We're dumb. We're already in a messed up predicament. So me and my mom are not getting along. She puts me out. I drop out. I'm staying at my best friend's. That's not going well. She's still in school, following rules. I have a baby. And living with somebody else when you have a newborn, it's just complicated, right?
Oh, yeah.
It gets complicated. They're crying, keeping people up. It just didn't work. So at this time, my mom wants to move out of Jacksonville to Middleburg. And in the process of that, she doesn't know when she's moving, but they're looking for a house. So my sister has like a little studio attached to her house that I start renting out. And my dad pays that rent for me. He's still in New York, but I was a daddy's girl. I was a brat. So that was another thing that I think enabled me is that anytime I did something and my mom tried to enforce a rule or discipline me, I'd be like, well, I'm calling my dad. And then my dad would be like, well, I'm sending you money. Go stay here. Or bail me out. Or no, she's not. And that's how it was for so long. So I'm staying in the studio next door to my sister and her husband at the time. And he also is always hitting licks with my daughter's dad. That was their thing. They hit licks, take it to the pawn shop, do it again.
Which is not the greatest thing to do.
Not the greatest thing to do because later on I learned that's dealing in stolen property.
Right. And when I say that, I mean, yes, obviously robbing isn't great either, but taking it to the pawn shop is like the worst thing.
You're saying, hey, I did it. Here's my ID.
Yeah. You're just
Call the
giving them
cops.
every fucking opportunity in the world to come and arrest you.
Hey, I'm a dumbass. Pick me. I just robbed somebody. But that's what they were doing. They were going to the pawn shop.
Did they know each other prior to them wind up dating you and your sister, or did they?
They met through him dating my sister.
But they were both, I want to say, career criminals at that point.
So my sister's husband actually had already did 7 years in prison.
Oh.
And at that time, I never really knew prison. Like nobody close to us was like prison. Prison talk wasn't a thing.
Right.
How it is today. He did 7 years and was home for, I think, 3 when he met my sister.
Okay.
And they started dating. They had a son together at that time. Their son and my daughter were a month apart. So very close growing up. Me and my sister were best friends growing up. I mean, I slept in the bed with her till I was old enough to have my own kid. But I was attached to her at the hip. It was the softer version of me. So I would like fight all her battles, couldn't mess with my sister. Up until about 2008 when everything like went haywire. We were at my stepsister's birthday party when my sister and her husband went to go leave. He was intoxicated, and she was like, "You're not driving." Well, he got in the passenger seat of the truck, and my grandma was in the back seat, my nephews, and then my brother in the back. And they were arguing. Later, come to find out that he jerked the wheel, and it was to like get her to pull over, and it was top heavy. And my mom was a couple cars back, and then I was a couple cars behind her, and the truck flipped 6 times. My grandma passed away on site. Yeah. And so we later find out my sister gets life flighted. She's in a coma. My nephew's got to go get surgery. My brother has to get skin graft on his back. He's missing chunks out of his back. Really rough time for our family. But mind you, this is my sister's husband. Very close to us, like a brother to us.
Yeah.
And we're finding out that you just are the cause of our grandma dying.
Yeah, it's going to cause some problems
Trauma.
with Thanksgiving there.
There was no more Thanksgivings. She's not coming. I'm not going. I'm mad at my brother for not telling on him because now the cops need to know and nobody wants to tell on him because he's family. He's taking care of the kids. My sister's in a coma. What do we do?
So, and you kind of look at that like if you do tell and he goes away, what happens?
It's just a feud.
Yeah.
Family feud. So at that time, we already started dividing. Everybody's mad. I'm mad. She's mad. He's mad. They're mad. I'm not talking to my brother for not telling. I want to kill my sister's husband. I hate the world at this point. My sister wakes up from a coma and the only person she wants is her husband. And I'm like, he's the reason you're here. He's the reason you're here.
She don't remember? She don't remember the wreck?
I personally believe she remembers everything.
Okay.
I don't know. It's my opinion. She stated it was very foggy. Like when she came to, she can only remember before.
Right.
I believe she knows what caused it because if you remember before, you know you guys were arguing. And then you might not know what happened. But my brother remembered everything. So, yeah, it was the cause of just my family like starting to just go from being together every holiday, every weekend barbecue, all those things. Even in our mess of a life, we were close. Like my mom would always tell us, you guys are all you have.
Right.
You know, if I die today, you, your brother, your sister, like that, you guys stick together. And we always did up until this.
All you got is family.
Yeah. So my grandma passes away, really tough situation. At that time, my brother goes into darkness. Like he's 14 years old at that time. And he starts taking pills because they give him prescription for his back. Mm-hmm. He starts taking pills. My sister gets addicted to pills through her surgeries and rehab that they give her.
That's the worst when you get addicted when you're not like doing it for recreational use.
Yeah.
You're doing it for medical purposes, but then you can't get off.
And that's what happened to them.
That's the worst type of way to get hooked on something, in my opinion.
Yeah. And that's what happened to them. So during that, my brother was staying with my sister once she got home and stuff, and he didn't want to live with my mom. I'm telling my mom, because I would see my brother. So about 8 months after that, we started like, really I was doing it for my nephews. I wanted to see my nephews. I missed them. I didn't want my kids growing up without seeing their cousins. Like I didn't want that because we didn't have that. So at this time, I'm with now a guy named Scott, who is my son's father. My son just turned 18. February, Valentine's Day. Shout out to the 18-year-old. And I'm with my son's father, who is extremely manipulative. I'd grown up around him in the neighborhood, so I knew him years before this. But we ended up getting together. He already had a son. His son and my daughter were 4 months apart. And then we ended up having a kid together.
Okay. Through
that, he's also in an addiction. So a lot of addiction around me, and I'm naive to this.
So are you, before we get too far ahead of that, are you still close with the first baby daddy, or y'all kind of just...
That's my best friend.
Okay.
Even till this day, I love him to death. We were just friends. Like, We had our daughter. I'm young. We're both young. We're not like, oh, we're getting married. We're both just living our life. He supports me. I'm there. You know, he's there for me. I'm there for him. But no, we are not together.
Okay.
I am with my son's dad now. Very toxic relationship. He is also on drugs. He's stealing from me. He's opening my eyes to what it looks like. Because again, I don't know. Like, I didn't even know my brother and my sister were in addiction until I seen it through my baby's father. Because I didn't know what that looked like. I'd never seen it. I've seen them say, yeah, oh, well, they're on drugs. But in home is so different than just seeing somebody on drugs, right? I'm seeing how it affects my life. He is robbing me blind, stealing my jewelry. Just we're fighting. We're on and off. He's at his mom's. He's back in. He does 6 months for dealing in stolen property. That's how I learned what that was. He stole a ring from doing a job, stole the ring, pawned the ring, got caught, but his family always bailed him out with attorneys. Did a program for 6 months, so I'm taking his son to see him in the program, 6 months. And he gets out. We're not together. We're working on it, whatever. Again, still very, very toxic. At that time, I'm just, really when I look back, I'm just like trying to get my feet grounded. I have no stability, right? I'm living here, I'm living there, I have a kid.
That's why you're overlooking some of the red flags.
Oh, for sure. I didn't even know what a red flag was then. Naive, dumb, young. My dad was a phone call away. So, hey, I need this. I call my dad. I don't know responsibility. I don't know money management. I don't know emotional intelligence. I don't know any of that.
But you know when he's stealing your jewelry.
I know that when you're stealing my jewelry and every time I open it, my jewelry cleaner, there's one more ring gone. And that was my thing before prison. Everything was very material.
Right.
I was very materialistic. So every holiday, my dad bought me jewelry. My dad bought me. Did you just look down at my Louis bag?
Yes, I did.
Okay. That's not fair.
Well, you said like we're like you're not, but I'm like, yeah, I thought it was, but
Was like that's all that mattered. Now it's like it's great to have nice things, but if I have a Louis bag, great. If I don't, I'm okay. I'll order one on Amazon and rock it.
No,
Don't mind.
I agree like that 100%. I think when I was earlier on in my years, like when I was really into fashion or trying to be hip or whatever that consisted of, you wanted name brand, which back in those days was like Tommy, Ralph Lauren, or whatever the case may be. And then now, like I could wear a $15 all black button-up shirt or whatever, and to me be just as cool as if I wore a $100 shirt. You know, it's all about the person, really. It's not.
It changes.
It does change
when you go through life in different scenarios. What really matters, and I think with elevation that should happen. And if it doesn't, I think you're doing it wrong.
Right.
So then those are the things that mattered. So yes, I knew my jewelry is gone. It doesn't matter anymore. Yes, I have it. Yes, it's nice to have it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't carry weight to me. Then it did. Like my dad, I had the nameplate with the diamonds and the earrings with the real diamonds and the Jordans, every pair of Jordans they had. As soon as they came out in New York, I had them first in Florida. You don't even have these. Ha ha. Every Nike jumpsuit, every Timberland, whatever I wanted, my dad was getting me.
If only you'd have kept them, you'd be sitting pretty right now. Everything's coming back out.
I know.
Come back out and 3 times the price.
So here we are. When I get locked up, my baby's father stole all that stuff.
Oh.
Yep. My son's that. All of it. I don't know where I have maybe like a shoebox full of things that I had. That's not even the things that I would want to have. So I go through all this, struggling, just angry. I'm fighting a lot. I'm always arguing with my mom, with my sister, with everybody in my life, really. And I'm angry. I hate life. I'm struggling with 2 kids. My dad is taking care of me while this man is in and out of living in my house. And I was a mess. I was working at the Hilton, making really good money, actually, and he was stealing my money. Yeah.
How'd you
I
catch
tell
him?
this story a couple times. So one day I go to the bank and I go to the ATM and I'm missing $300. And I'm like, even all the money I have right now, I can tell you, and I bartend, so I have cash on deck. I can count every dollar I spend, every one. $300, you know that's gone. I'm struggling. That's the light bill. So I go to the bank and I storm in the bank. I'm like fresh off work. I have a newborn baby. Like I go in there. I'm like I'm missing $300. So they're like, okay, stay right here. And they go in the back and they're like on the computer. And they come back out and they're like, well, yeah, you are. There was a transaction that took place. We're gonna pull you in the office. We're gonna show you the camera. We need you to tell us if you know this person. I'm like, all right. They're like, and then you could tell us if you want to press charges. I'm like, I'm pressing charges. And then I sit down and they turn the computer towards me and they push play. And it's my son's dad taking the money out of the ATM.
Now you're not pressing charges.
No, I didn't press charges. So, yeah. So that was just like, but you know, a person does what you allow them to do.
Right.
Because how many times was I going to allow you to do that and let you back in my space for love or for the kid? And that's what I kept doing with him. Like, yeah, you stole from me. You can come back. You can come back. So I was emotionally just maxed out at this point. My mom really wanted us to just like rekindle our family. And I tried to do that. And with all this going on, and I'm like, you know, okay, I can't keep holding on to my grandma, my sister's husband killing my grandma, because it is actually just tearing everything else apart. Like, I can't see my nephews. Me and my brother ain't talking. So little by little, we start hanging back out. And that is where I start seeing like what's really going on in my life. Where my brother's addicted to pills, my sister's addicted to pills, my son's dad is also addicted to drugs. I am struggling. Crazy, just chaotic life. But on the other end, I see that my brother, my sister's husband, because now he's on it with them. My brother, my sister's husband, and my daughter's dad are always hitting licks, bringing fast money. So while I'm sitting here struggling, I'm like, you guys come home with something every night. Every night. Selling a laptop, $300, $400, getting jewelry, $500, doing this. I'm like, dang, they're making fast money though. I want in.
Becomes that an easy money is so hard to pass up on, especially if you see it for a long period of time of sustainment where people's getting away with it. You think, well,
they've been getting
they're
away with
doing
this
it
for years.
Yeah.
My daughters have been doing this since I've known them. She's 4 now. You guys have been doing this for a long time. Getting away with it.
And that's neighborhoods, businesses,
People,
everybody.
neighborhoods, trains, business. So I remember babysitting. I don't know if you've seen this before. I've talked about this because it's like the most vivid, craziest thing.
I think so, yeah. But you tell it, yeah.
I'm babysitting the neighbor, 3 houses down. I'm babysitting their kid. And they come home and they're like, hey, can you keep the baby for a few more? We're home, but we got to call the cops. Somebody broke in our house. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I got you. What? Like, I'll help you. What do you need? And it was my daughter's dad. I'm helping the police look for the people.
And you didn't know that he did?
He was in the house. But he knew he could go in and get away with it because I have the baby.
Right. And
I have their kid. They're at work.
I mean, not that I'm a proponent of doing things of that nature, but that is kind of smart to just know the house is empty because you're watching the kid.
You're dumb.
Well, I'm just
It's
saying.
our neighbor.
Well,
I got their kid.
yeah, the neighbor thing. I wouldn't do it in the neighborhood.
Never got caught. He never got caught. Laptop. I think he got like some cameras, electronics, because it's the fastest thing to get gone.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'd be scared to do that with electronics because I feel like everything is tracked.
Oh, yeah. Especially
they're finding
phones.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you pawn it, you sell it to the guy down the street, you're done with it, you got the money, you move on. And that's that. I'm like, oh my God, the neighbor, this is crazy. So it was just, and then another time, a friend of ours, he used to dog sit for a friend of ours. He was a dope boy in the hood, whatever, but he had a pit. And that's when pits were the big deal. Now it's Frenchies, like my Frenchie Chanel. But he had a pit, and my baby's dad would go over there and like babysit or dog sit. And then I heard the guy telling us his big screen TV was gone. And he's like, he's the only one that has a key, but man, he wouldn't do that. Somebody broke in my house. I'm like, wouldn't do that. He had the key, went in and took his friend's TV.
So you're seeing him getting away with all this.
Getting away.
You're just like, I'm in.
I need money.
Yeah.
I have a kid. I have 2 kids. My baby's dad ain't shit. The other one ain't. I mean, he's forced to not be shit. Family ain't shit. My son's dad comes from a very good family. He chose that life.
Right.
You know, very good family, very good upbringing. As to where this is all my daughter's dad knows. DCF, streets, moms in the streets, dad's crackhead. That's all he knows. And I'm like, yeah, I want fast money too. I'm over this. I'm taking care of 2 kids. I'm struggling. So I'm around them a little bit more, and the discussion of hitting a lick. Here I go.
What's going to change your life?
What I thought was going to change my life. And I just think back on it and I'm like, what in the world was I thinking? With 2 kids, what was I thinking?
So was this like, because you're joining them for the first time, was this something special? Was it a one-off? Did they have somebody in mind? Did they have a target? I mean, were they casing these joints, or was it on the whim type thing?
It started with us having a target, somebody we all knew.
Okay.
Loaded. Full loaded. The plans so that went left. There was another person involved. I know they're thinking now, thank God I didn't go them dummies. That did not end up happening. That went left, canceled. So now, mind you, right before this happens, about a week before, I call my mom and I'm like, you need to get my brother. He's hanging out with so-and-so. They're doing this, they're doing that. I know he ain't right. I tried. He wants to be in Jacksonville because she lived in Middleburg at this time. I can't force him. He's going through a lot. He wants to be around his sister and Josh, which is her husband, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, something's going to happen. A week later, I'm involved in the something. Crazy.
So how does something happen?
So we decide that there's this area in Jacksonville that is a lot of illegals back then. This was in 2009. Mm. So I'm sure they're not there today.
Yeah, probably not. Not right now.
No. So there was a lot of illegals, but you knew that there was a lot of cash flow in that area. It's all under the table. The businesses are running under the table. The people, that's cash. Mm-hmm. So we decide we're going to wait until that night, go, stick up one of the guys, take the cash, and go. Simple. You guys been doing this. You guys have stuck up 1 million people at this point until it's not that simple.
The best laid plans.
Yeah, the best laid plans. So it was a last minute thing. Again, the other thing fell through. And we're going to go.
That's the worst, though. Like when you got something planned and you've thought it out and you've plotted it and you've thought about different types of things, and then that falls through. And because you've done so much planning for the one, you just do something else because you wanted to do it. That's like usually the recipe for disaster.
It was a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
And like all the signs were there, you know? At that time, you don't see signs. You're not like looking for that. Mm-hmm. Again, I was young, dumb, and naive, right? I'm not like, oh, God, is this good? Is this the good thing to do?
You're looking for the lick. You're looking for the sign.
I'm looking for the money. Cash flow. I need the money. which again, I tell people is the dumbest thing that has happened. Like when you say a dumb criminal, a dumb crime, a dumb reason to do time, it's me. The dumbest reason, like I could have called my dad and said, Dad, Western Union me $3,000. All right, go to Western Union. Like I was a platinum member of Western Union. They didn't even ask for my ID anymore. At that point, you just go in and sign the paper because my dad took very good care of me. So I think I was just so tired of struggling and calling him. It was always, Dad, I need to pay the lights. Dad, I need to do this. Dad, I need to do that. I have 2 kids. Dad, I need to do this. He's already paying my rent and doing all these things, paying my car insurance because my car was paid for, but just got tired of doing that. And I have this man over here, 2 kids. I'm 18 years old at the time with 2 kids. And you guys need to step up. You know, like I don't want to keep calling my dad. So I think it was just like also the thought of like, I'm going to do this by myself that led me to that, which I had just signed up for school for college. So started college, I think it was like 2 days before this happened. And yeah. So we decide, we're going to go in this area that we know there's money. We're going to stick somebody up and we're going to take their money and go. Simple. So my daughter's dad does stick the guy up, but the guy decides he's going to run. So what is your initial, like, I need to stop him from running. What do?
Pull the gun?
Shoot. The bullet will stop him. So he shoots the guy. At this time, when he shot that gun, I don't know if the guy got shot, I don't know anything. Like, I'm not looking for the guy. I want him in the truck so we can go.
Where are you at?
I'm in the truck.
Oh, you're in the truck.
I'm in the truck and my brother's behind me. Yep.
So sister's husband is the shooter, or he pulls the gun and fires
my daughter's
the shot.
dad.
Or daughter's dad, I'm sorry.
Yeah. My daughter's dad. And then my brother decides when he discharges his gun that he's going to get out of the truck and discharge his gun also. For fun, I guess. Ride or die.
Yeah. You
shoot, I shoot. You ride, I ride.
But he don't know if he's actually shooting at the guy, like, because
to
me, if I'm wanting to stop,
dark.
I'm going to shoot up in the air, maybe a warning shot, so to speak, just to get him to freeze.
Yeah.
Or stop running.
Mm-mm. So, again, at this time, we don't know. I don't know if the guy's shot. I don't know if he's on the ground. We get in the car and we leave. Like, very fast. Lightning. Got out the car. Man is shot. We're in the car. We're gone. I get caught probably 10 minutes later.
All 3 of you leave.
Dumbest criminal ever. I'm the dumbest criminal ever.
How the hell you get caught?
So there was a guy that seen or heard what was going on. Got my tag. Because we have the tag on the truck.
Oh, man, you didn't
my
take a different
tag.
car? You didn't take a different car?
With the car seat in the car.
What are we doing?
Like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
Nope. No different car. Did not take the tag off. Didn't think to do any of that.
Oh.
Because they've been doing this so many times. It's just like, nope. It's Jacksonville. #1 crime rate. It's fine at that time. We're going to get away. Well, we don't. So I am taking them. We got to strip the gun, strip the clothes, get rid of everything. Evidence gone, all of these things. And as I leave the neighborhood, they're still at my sister's house because we go to my sister's house. My sister's husband's helping strip them, get rid of everything. I leave, and it wasn't 2 minutes up the road. I hear the helicopters. I'm like, oh, shit. There is absolutely nowhere there for me. There's no way. Like, I know we shot the guy. They're not for me. Helicopters, they're not here for me. I'm riding. I have Boosie so loud as if we did not just commit a crime. I'll never forget, clear as day. I've never ever said this on any podcast or anything on the internet. Kind of embarrassing. I remember clear as day having Boosie so loud. That album just came out where it was Fuck the Police. It was playing at top-notch volume when they caught me.
Oh, boy.
They wanted to kill me. Dead. Like, what? So
cars
I get out.
Surrounded you too?
Oh, helicopters, cars. You can't go anywhere. They have this blocked off, this blocked off. But I think I'm going to get out and run. So I'm so smart. I'm the smartest criminal ever.
Well, I mean...
At this point, what else do you do?
Yeah.
Might as well try.
You got to try. At least if you can get out of the car, maybe you can say that the car was stolen.
That ain't mine. I get out the car and I go to run, and I don't even know if I ran like 2 full steps. And I was just bammed on the ground. I got booked with 1 slide on and 1 slide off. Ugh. Yeah. So they put me in the back of the police car, and I hear on the radio that they're like going to my sister's house. I'm like, oh, shoot. They're going to get them. So I sat there for a long time, or maybe it just felt like a long time at this point. Might not have been that long.
It feels like a long time.
It feels like forever. I'm back there. I'm like thinking all these things. Well, the police immediately say, you're going to the prison for the rest of your life for murder. And I'm like, that guy died. There's like actually no way this is happening. We're just going to hit a lick. They've been hitting licks. This guy just died. So at this point, I'm just like zoned out. Like there's no way. Then they're mad. The freaking car's still playing Fuck the Police. They have my car just running. They call the people to come tow the car. And yeah, they're just like cussing me out. Jacksonville police, I want to put out there, the worst. The worst if you're not committing a crime. So imagine just shooting somebody, riding to Boosie. It did not look good. And being in the neighborhood we were in, we're in the hood. We're in the hood. I'm on between Phillips and Emerson of Jacksonville. So if anybody knows that area, then you know in 2009, just bad area. So they tell me I'm going to prison for murder for the rest of my life. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy just died. But I can't cry or nothing yet, right? Like, right. I'm still in shock. I'm trying to listen to the radio. What's going on? Are they picking up my brother? Did they get my baby's dad? Like, what's happening? And then I hear them say that they had got one other person. My brother, I don't know when he left, but it was in the car with somebody. They pulled that car over and got him. And then my daughter's dad, so they ended up laying my sister's entire house down. My kids were at her house. When we left, I left my kids with her. They ended up laying her entire house down, my kids and everything. Yeah, her kids. And to find my brother and my baby's dad. So
they got him too.
They got both of them. Same night.
I mean, that's pretty quick.
That's the fastest I've ever seen in my entire life.
The one time you guys solved something really quick.
The only time, right? Like my cousin got killed a year before this. You guys still haven't solved that murder. Hello, on camera, because the people are on camera going into the hotel room. Ugh. But you couldn't solve that. But here you are in the dark in a neighborhood that is... So another thing, and I just think that had that been today, I would have, not saying I would have never went to prison, but my victim was illegally here. Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy how the world has shifted since then. I'm not for sending illegals back. I want to put that out there. I think that I have a friend, her husband has been here since he's 2. He's an American citizen. He's 36.
Right.
You're 34. You've never even been to your country until now. So I am I think you're tearing up families, whatever the case may be. But I think that had this happened today, I would have been a hero.
Right. It's very possible that you would have been
It's very possible.
A good lawyer could have spun that.
Well, that was the goal. So later, okay, we get arrested. Unlike you, we don't have court for a month. There is no, you're going to go to court and nothing's happening tomorrow. But when they arrest us, I think that I'm getting out the next day. That's how crazy my mind was, how dumb I was to the system.
Do y'all still think this guy died?
At this time, yes.
Okay, so nobody told y'all anything.
Nobody told us nothing.
And you're not able to talk to anybody to find out. Okay.
They don't know. They don't know what's going on. They don't know exactly who the guy is, where he is, what's going on. You know, you get a phone call. I call my son's dad. I call his mom because I have to get my son for my sisters. I need to make sure my kids are good. So I call them. I'm like, I'm in jail. Me in jail. And at this time, it's so crazy because when everybody started hearing that I went to jail, nobody thought it was for this. They thought either A, she was fighting and like cut somebody or something crazy because I was crazy like that. I fought all the time.
Domestic stuff.
I burned my son's dad on his chest with an iron. Like I was crazy. I was young, dumb, and crazy. I would fight a bear. I didn't care. So I'm talking about win, lose, or draw. I'm going in. Fight men, I don't care. I was a fighter. I was crazy. So they're all thinking like something like that. Nobody's thinking armed robbery, attempted murder. Because that's what I end up getting charged with. So we think the guy dies. I don't know what's going on. We go to arraignment. The next morning, 9 o'clock. Okay, you go to arraignment. And they're just like, we're passing this case. Whatever. And later on, we get on the phone. We find out the guy's in the hospital. He was fine. This does not make it any better. I know people on social media are bashing me in the comments. She didn't learn because she said only shot in the shoulder. However, from dead to only shot in the shoulder, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's the difference between you being able to have this conversation with me here in Charleston, South Carolina, than you never leaving a prison.
Never.
Never. And if not, possibly seeking the death penalty, depending on your prosecutor or whatever the case may be, if they're trying to get a bump.
Oh, for sure. They hated
in the press. So, yeah, that is a huge difference. So I understand what you're saying, only shot in the shoulder, because that's a big difference.
When I say that, people are like, only. I'm like, oh, only.
Yeah.
I'll take it. And he will too, because my state attorney hated us so bad that they legalized my victim and brought his wife from Honduras to write a statement. Because he didn't even speak English. He wanted nothing to do with nothing. Like, I don't want a problem. I don't want a problem. I don't want a problem. She was in Honduras.
She was in Honduras.
They brought her.
So they struck a deal to give him and his wife citizenship for her to come and write a statement.
Yep.
What, like a victim statement, victim impact statement? Holy shit.
Because he was illegal. So my co-defendant was fighting. No, it's not right. We obviously later on we know we're dumb. It ain't right. But at this moment we're fighting for our lives. What do? Well, you're not a victim. You're committing a crime. You're illegally here. Had you not been here, it could not have been you. That's a fight. Right. However we want to put it, at that moment, that was a fight. And because of that, they legalized.
That's insane to think they would give him and his wife citizenship just to try to put
today. That's why I say that would have never happened.
Is there somebody bucking for office or political stature at this point to try to make a fucking example out of y'all?
Yeah. So Angela Corey just became district attorney. In the newspaper, anybody that knows, in 2009 in the beginning, because I got arrested August 14th, she was only in chair a couple months. When this happened, she said, I will give 1 million years out for violent crime. Well, I'm going to give out 1 million years. Her thing was violent crimes. Armed robberies, murders in Jacksonville, I'm giving out 1 million years. She succeeded.
Damn.
So when I say like, I know now my destiny, that was it. There's no way that would have happened other than it was supposed to happen. This lady just got in chair, wanted to give out time. My judge was the son of another judge who they had somebody robbed in their family.
So they already
Hate
don't
robberies.
like people that robbery. Yeah.
Hate them. They hate them with a passion. My district attorney hates everybody. Everybody's going to prison.
And not to mention, like, I don't know what your brother and, son's father look like, but to like put a picture of you up there and say, we're giving this or try to give you life or whatever, that's saying we don't give a fuck who you are, what your gender is, how young you are. You could be a pretty girl, whatever the case may be. We're going to throw your ass in jail. So they're almost using you as the poster child to basically say, fuck around and find out.
I was the nothing less than the poster child. White, female, daddy's girl. He'll bail her out. Just mastermind, because my brother's 15, so I can influence him. And it's my daughter's dad. It's out of love. So they can say and do whatever they want to this story in this case. I'm young and dumb. What do I have? So we sat in the county 3.5 years fighting this case.
Damn.
My first year, I was hell. Terror. I'm 19. I'm facing life. I'm missing my kids. My daughter's with my mom. Thank God. But
how old is she at this point?
She's 4.5.
4.5.
Never left her side. Like, I went to New York to visit my dad. She came with me. I went anywhere. I was gone 2 hours before I was picking her up. My baby never left my side. I've never got emotional on a podcast. So, my son was 1.5, and he's going to be with his dad, who at that point just whatever. I do thank God every day that my baby dad's parents are amazing, and they raised my son with him. So he had a good upbringing. But at this time, I'm a year in the county. I'm miserable. I hate life. I hate you, me, them, everything. It can't get worse, right?
It probably does.
Yeah. About 9 a.m., there are floor crews in there. 2 bunkies just went to the P farm, which is another location. If you have a $50,000 or less bond that you can go to, it's like minimum security jail where you wait to get sentenced. They call me to the chaplain's office. And when they call me to the chaplain's office, I knew immediately something wasn't right. And prior to this, I'd been asking. I'm like, I was actually angry, and this is why the monetary value has shifted in my life, because I was mad that my canteen money wasn't put on my books, not knowing that my dad had just had a heart attack and died. And I'm on the phone pissed off. Somebody get a hold of my dad. He didn't put my money on my books, being a little bitch, a little brat. Like, the audacity of me. So they call me to the chaplain's office, and they tell me that my dad died. And
that's just, in the little bit of time that we've known, hung out today, I could tell that you were a huge daddy's girl. And I know that had to be a blow like none other. Probably worse than the time you're doing. Way
worse. Yeah. If I can undo anything, that would be the one thing I would undo every day. Still, I miss him every single day. But now I'm facing a life sentence, and the one person that is like my lifeline dies.
Was he supportive with you, like while you were in there? Were you able to talk to him and stuff?
Yeah. Money, phone. He was working on getting my lawyer, so now I don't have a lawyer. I have a conflict of interest attorney because my money is gone. So this is where I knew how much they really, really hated me. I'm my dad's only child. They're going to bury my dad in New York. I'm in Florida. and it's time for the funeral, and they deny it.
Wow.
Yeah. They tell me I'm a flight risk. Where am I going? I'm 19. Obviously, we have an attempted armed robbery. So, like, the mafia is not coming to get me and take me anywhere. My dad's dead. I want to bury my dad.
That's so fucked up. I
Yeah.
mean, like,
They tell me no.
and
They deny it.
that's got to be the hardest thing ever.
The hardest thing I've ever done. That was harder than getting sentenced. I still haven't had the closure. I've been home. May is 4 years. And I have not had closure. I haven't grieved all the way through that. It's still surreal.
You probably never will because you didn't get a chance to do it like normal folks do it. And even when you grieve, there's still going to be that gap. Not like my wife loved her father unconditionally. You remind me a lot of her. I can just tell by like the connection that you two had. And they always say like time heals all wounds. That'll never happen. Like she'll love that man forever.
Yeah. That was in 2010. We're in 26. And it feels like yesterday. Like, I've been single since I've been home. 4 years single. Have I dated? Yes, I went out, had fun, whatever. But single because the love that my dad gave me and showed me, it's going to take a hell of a man. Like, I've never seen nothing like it. And not just me, but every human being that walked this planet, my dad showed grace, mercy, love. My dad and my mom were never together. They were friends since 13. My dad would never let my mom go out, even being married to somebody else. Like my dad even treated her still always as a queen. And so it's really hard. It's hard. Like showing up with flowers. My dad was doing that at 2. I was 2 years old. A ring. My dad had every bangle and ear pierced with diamonds as a little girl. So, like, you got to really bring it. But that was the hardest thing I've ever faced in life. And the number one regret, people say, like, what do you have? And I'm always like, I don't live with regrets because I want to be where I am today. But it's not being able to see my dad, like, say goodbye or whatever the proper process would be.
Right.
Now to channel that because I know that I can't go backwards, I'm just like, ooh, there's no telling what I would have done if I was out here. Because I've never been suicidal. I love who I am. And that was the one time I was suicidal. Like, I just wanted to die. Like, my dad's dead. My kids are gone. I'm facing life. Like, I'd rather be dead than deal with all of this right now. And again, the one lifeline I had is gone. So.
And, to look at like how you just said that, maybe that was the place you needed to be for that to happen in a weird way, because who knows what impact it would have had with you on the outside.
Or, my victim doesn't die, but who's to say I don't hurt somebody else or myself or anything? Anything could have happened because I would have had the space to do it.
Or become addicted to something. I mean,
anything. Anything could have happened.
It's one of them things where, like, at the time, and even now, I'm sure it's probably like the worst thing ever, but like
the worst.
Maybe it was for the best in that sense, because there's no telling how drastically different it could have happened had you been on the outside.
Oh yeah, because I was suicidal. The officer, shout out to Miss Robinson, still my greatest friend. I still talk to her through social media. She watched me grow up, right? I was 19 when I got locked up. I sat in the county 3.5 years, so we were her baby kids. And we were the trouble kids, but she would help us. Like
baby's kids.
Yeah.
I ain't heard that in a long time.
We don't want this person in our cell. Please help us. Like, we can't deal with it. We're young. We're trying. Okay. They would help us. They would make moves for us, move our friend in the cell so we could be comfortable. Whatever. She was there through all those years. She watched us go in, change, get my GED, because I finally got my GED. It was the one thing my dad wanted me to do. So I did it while I was in the county. And just all these things. And so that day after this happened, I had an empty room and I was gonna kill myself. I'm done. Like, I'm done. And she moved a friend of mine that was on a boat bed on the floor because we were overpacked in Duval County Jail. That's how it is. You're on a boat bed. into my cell immediately so that I did not sleep by myself. And I know she was just heaven sent, and God used her to save me because I would have killed myself. There's a blade, there's a sheet, there's something. I was going to do it. And she moved somebody in my room. So, yeah, here I am today. But I was definitely suicidal. That was my rock bottom. Mm-hmm. And then I got to snap out. I have kids out here, right? So we're back and forth to court fighting our case. At this point, my daughter's dad is putting it all on my brother. My brother's a youthful offender. They want to give him a plea deal. He is who they want to save. He is the innocent. He is the one.
Influenced by the corrupted bigger sister.
Which is so crazy. I'm like, you influenced me. But whatever. We don't talk till this day, but that's fine. Me, I want to save him from my baby's dad. No, he did not have that gun. He did, because that's what I'm trying to do. Like, and it just was a shit show. Everybody's trying to save.
And it's probably a lot harder because none of you were able to talk and even try to concoct a half-ass decent story of what you're going to stick to or whatever, so you don't know what the other person said. I'm assuming you're using public defenders?
My brother's the only one with a paid attorney also.
Oh,
my mom gets him a paid attorney.
Eee.
So now you can imagine the tension.
Yeah.
But she has my daughter, so I have to call home.
That'd be a little tense of a conversation.
Tough.
But I mean, looking at it from her perspective, is it's like if she sees hope that they're gonna at least try to save him.
No, that wasn't the perspective though. It was that's her son, that's her baby boy, her only boy.
So she's got another daughter out.
Even though I have 2 kids out there. But that's fine. That's fine. Again, I am where I am today because of all of this.
Right.
I'm not mad. I'm not bitter. I'm grateful. So at that time, he has a paid attorney. She is a bitch. And she's fighting for my brother. He has access to programs we don't because he's considered youthful offender. He's on Beyond Scared Straight. He's working with the state. They're helping him. He's doing program after program. He's going out every Thursday talking to the youth. So he has a whole file of greatness when it's time for sentencing. It's just how the dice rolled.
And how long is it till y'all are finally sentenced?
3.5 years.
You're in the county the whole time?
3.5 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought that you had to be moved within a year. No.
They can hold you 5 years in Duval County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My best friend, Erica Thomas, who, shout out my girls on her last year. Next year, she comes home Christmas. Thank God. She sat for 5.5 years and then got sentenced. Yeah.
So are they offering plea deals or
Nope.
they're trying to
They're not
throw the
offering
max?
nothing. They're offering nothing. So at this point, we're just facing a life sentence. That's all we know, right?
Damn.
So we do get to talk somewhat through, the toilet. We talk to the men through the toilet. So the girls are on the 3rd floor, East Wing, and Duval has both sides, 6 floors of men. We just have that one area. Mm-hmm. So we're able to plunge the toilet, talk to the guys downstairs and upstairs.
How do you plunge? You got a plunger
Well,
in
you
there?
you sit on it and then you plunge it with your butt and all the water goes down.
Really?
Yeah. You guys, you never did that? You didn't know that?
I was never in prison. And even in county.
We did it in the county, not prison.
Okay. So I was.
Because they're not going to have the guys that close to you in prison.
I did not. I refused to use the bathroom for the 20 or 48 hours I was in there.
Okay.
I was only in the holding for the first night, and there was one in the middle of the whole fucking thing.
Oh.
And then the next day, I got put into a pod, and I don't even know where it was because I never went to it, and I got out the following morning. So I was only in there for roughly 48 hours.
Because the county is the hard time.
Yeah, that's what people were saying in there. And like I said, I'm not a career criminal. I didn't know. I wasn't even doing podcasts at this point, so I didn't conversate with people that told me this. But I heard conversations in there of people saying, man, I can't wait to get to prison. I can't wait to get to prison. And me, that's like the weirdest fucking statement ever.
Yeah.
But now that I understand it more, I get it. It's just a lot more structured and, better food apparently and all that. People were talking about wanting to get to certain prisons for the food and things. So, yeah, I didn't know all those things.
Yes.
But, yeah, I refused to use the bathroom for the time.
Well, we talked in the toilet. That's how we passed time to the boys upstairs and downstairs.
How do you know who you're talking to? They just tell you?
So, yeah, like some guys would have like 6 names and talk to like 6 different girls. I would fall down the stairs, fake my chest hurting to go to the clinic, and they would have to fake their chest hurting to go to the clinic too. So we could see each other at M2, which is the clinic, medical.
That's how you date.
Crazy. That's how you date. We're in clinic like
tender prison.
Shackled. Oh my God. What a mess. Disaster.
Oh.
Yep.
Boy.
So we would do that. And I would be able to get messages to my brother though. Like tell him I love him, whatever. And then, what are they saying? This, that, do this, do that. But there was so much controversy at this time. My sister's husband gets arrested for possession of firearm by convicted felon. Has nothing to do with us. He jumps on our case for less time.
Of course.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? He's a bitch. He already killed my grandma. You're a bitch. Loud and clear.
I just throw y'all.
For all of social media here. So that happens. The statement, if you Google me, that is not what happened. That's not what happened. That is what he wrote in depositions that they ran with. Mm-hmm. That's what they went with.
And that's what they print. That's what people see.
That's what they print. That's what people see. That's what people believe. That's not what happened. I was there. I know what happened. You were not.
I know how that shit is.
Some people be like, well, how do they do that? I'm like, because they can.
Yeah, they can.
They're going to go with whatever they want. Whatever story they want to go with is what they go with. And that was the story they went with.
And whatever gets clicks or sells papers or whatever the case, the juicier, the better. A botched robbery that, ultimately ended up in a
She
a
led them.
room.
It's all her fault. She rides around with guns. She does this. She rides around with her kids in the car with dope boys. She does this. She does that. Oh, my God. He made me to be the worst person in history.
I was surprised they didn't give you a name for like the gang or something.
Oh my God. No, I was the white chick in prison. That's what they called me. The white chick. I don't know why but that was my name for a long time. It followed me.
No, that's what they do. They try to paint you as the worst person in the world.
He did. And so with that, my state attorney went with that too. It's her. We hate her. Let's go with the brother. He painted the good picture for my brother. They're road dogs. Okay, fine, whatever. But you're a little bitch on a freaking possession of firearm. We're facing life. Do your 3 years and shut up. So that now they have this deposition. So now we fight for ourselves, everybody, because now you're trying to tell them that is not true. This is what happened. They didn't go for that. So it is what it is. And that's what they ran with. That was their story that they told. Still till this day, it is wrong. You went with a guy who was already in prison, did 7 years, got out, was supposed to be committing this crime with us, just happened to not because the first one failed, and has priors. But we're going to listen to him
and they
have this whole statement. So now I'm really pissed. And my sister's still with him and I'm calling her. I've seen the black and white. You're still with this man? Like, you're an idiot. So now I want nothing to do with anybody, really. I'm mad. I'm just pissed off. I'm angry. I'm fighting all the time. Talking in the toilet to the boys. They're my only hope at this point is my little toilet bowl boyfriends that are facing death penalties. One's on death row. One's facing life. One's back in court. He already has life. What am I doing?
You need to get a different toilet line there. I don't know if those are going to have a lot of futuristic.
I was on all the lines. Oh my God. I swapped them out. Don't worry. From dorm to pod to pod to pod. Didn't work.
Oh, so when do y'all finally get sentenced?
All right. 3.5 years goes by. Finally, we're going up for sentence. They do our PSI, pre-sentence investigation, and my brother has the prettiest Picasso picture painted. And then there's me, like, What I didn't know is everything you do in the county is held against you. What people don't tell people is that so we would fly kites to the boys, write letters,
Right.
reroute them.
I've heard that.
And sometimes the mail lady would catch them. Like she would know who's boyfriend and girlfriend in the toilet. She'd catch them. But they went to the judge. I did not know that. Again, I'm dumb, right? So they have all these letters that I'm writing boys. They have me going back and forth to confinement for fighting. I actually had an add-on charge for violating jailhouse rules. Did not know that was a charge. That is a misdemeanor. Violating jailhouse rules. You get too many DRs, you go to court. Yeah.
You're just stockpiling these things.
So there is. So he has a whole list of negatives against me. And then my brother goes in with all these positives. Mind you, there's still nothing on the table. But finally, our attorneys come and they say, okay, listen, the state's not going under double digits. All right, well, tell them 10. That's a double digit.
Yeah.
And so for me and my brother, they're fighting for 10. The state okays both of those pleas. But on the plea, it's still open to the judge.
Right. He can go higher than that.
He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
But this is just an open plea, mercy to the court. But the state's not fighting for more than 10. So at this time, I think I'm getting sentenced by myself. They end up putting me and my brother together at sentencing. So when they call me first, and when they go to sentence me, they just shut down my sentencing. Your kids are not a mitigation, Miss Nicolazzi. We don't want to hear it. Your dad dying, not a mitigation. We don't want to hear it. All these letters, yeah, well, we have all these letters you've been writing to boys in the toilet. You've been doing this in and out of confinement. We don't want to hear it. All my character letters, nobody got to read. Everything good? Nothing. So the judge then just says, I'm hereby sentencing you to 15 years in Florida State Prison. Boom, have a great day. 15 years? I just signed for 10 years, nothing over. I'm set my mind, 10. I've already done 3.5. I'm going home in another 3.5. We're good. Because you do 85% of your time in Florida.
Right.
15 years. So they care. At this time, I'm numb. Because I can't even believe this just happened. Like, I had already prepared my mind for 10. I was already counting the days down when I was going home.
Another nickel ain't nothing to play with.
That's a long time extra.
Fuck yeah.
So I go back in the holding cell. They bring me out. They put me in the holding cell. My brother comes out. He gets sentenced, comes out. And I'm like, what'd you get? Through the door. And he's like, 10. Oh, they played me. They played me. They sentenced me with you. They made me look horrible. They made you look great. You're the savior. You got your 10 years. Youthful offender. So at this time, my daughter's dad's not sentenced yet. He wanted to go to trial. Didn't go to trial because now the victim's going to write a statement. They have my sister's husband's statement, false, whatever depositions, and they have my brother's depositions. He's not going to trial. So he cops out. I don't know at the time why, but he cops out thinking that we are getting less time to 40 years, 20 mandatory.
Holy shit. 40 years?
20 mandatory. No gain time for 20 years.
I'm assuming with that, his shot had to be the one that hit the guy.
His shot hit the guy.
Okay. Damn.
In the shoulder. Nobody died. In and out procedure. Alive, working, all the things. Legalized.
Fuck.
40 years, 20 mandatory.
Damn. How's that, when you heard it, how'd that make you feel?
I was devastated. Not even for me. I'm still devastated. I actually have the Post-Conviction Alliance team fighting for his case right now because he's over sentence.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a big number.
There's people doing murder charges. Less time. There's people that have raped, killed little kids doing less time. Is he wrong? Yes. Does he deserve 40 years, 20 mandatory? No.
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 I don't. Like
So-
you said, I know people that's actually committed murder and been out in 2025.
That's a life that used to be a life sentence.
Yeah, I think 20 or 25
Yeah.
years was considered a life.
And then they changed the 1020 life law, and it's
Yeah.
now natural life. 40 years, 20 mandatory. I was devastated. I was so hurt. Like, for my daughter who loves her dad, who he loves dearly, right? Because again, I'm a daddy's girl. Never was away from my dad. You're going to have to be away from your dad for the rest of your life, basically.
So now you got to swallow that your brother's getting less than you thought you were supposed to be getting sentenced to the same together. Now,
Shot a gun.
yeah, shot the gun, and baby daddy getting 40 years. Like that's a sock from both ends.
It
like
is.
One's getting less than you thought. You're pissed. The other one's getting way more than he deserves. You're never gonna, or it's gonna be a long time before you fucking see him, which is gonna impact your kids. How do you move forward?
Well, at first I was so pissed off. I didn't want to. I'm just like, fuck it. Like, fuck this shit. I'm pissed. You know, I hate everybody. So after my sentencing, I knew I was leaving in 2 weeks. I had the intel with the people that know the people, and I knew when I was leaving. So I was ready to go. When I got to Lowell, which is the reception, now they have FWRC. Back then they didn't. It was Lowell. A lifer friend of mine, who was actually my girlfriend in the county, because I was gay for the stay.
That's the thing. Gay for
That's
the
the
stay.
thing. I was gay for the stay. I even have a girl tattooed on me. I want it covered up. That was a prison thing.
You got a what on you?
I have a girl tattooed on me.
A girl's name?
Yeah.
That's what you do in there for that?
Well, she did it, and then I kind of felt bad. I'm not gonna lie. That's the truth about that.
She did it with
She
her
did
name?
my name first, and I was like, fuck.
Oh.
I'm obligated. Damn. I know. I'm actually getting it covered up next month. I was just gay for the stay. I don't want no girls.
So you had never been with a girl prior to that? Just kind of past the time.
So my wife, my jail wife,
Your prison wife.
is a lifer. So when I get to Lowell,
This is Bear.
this is Bear.
See, when I hear that name, I have a picture in my head. I want you to tell me the picture of what she looks like or how she was.
So how she was or looks?
Well, they're both.
Okay, she's actually beautiful, bigger, thick girl, brown skinned, really good hair, smiles all day, every day as a lifer, smiling,
so
beautiful
that's not
soul.
my visual of Bear.
It's not. I always get the butch stud.
Maybe
everybody
it's Teddy
thinks.
Bear. Maybe that's what they're going
No,
for.
she's a dominant femme. She was amazing. She was in all aspects, but she's amazing. But she has natural life in prison. But when I get there, she is showing me the ropes on prison.
How did you meet her or meet with her?
So when I got to Lowell, I knew that I was gonna see her. I'm like, hey guys, tell Bear that I'm here. Like, tell her Nicholas.
Oh, you already knew her before.
The county.
So you met in the
did
county.
in the county, and then she went to prison. She got life.
I thought you were on the Tinder toilet
No.
line there.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't have to get off the bus and be on that lineup. I wasn't on that. I was already sealed the deal when I got there.
Okay.
Somebody tell Bear I'm here.
So you had your
Just so
prison
happens
life.
I go in the quad with her, which would never happen today because reception is not in the lifer's dorm.
Okay.
But this was during the transition of building FWRC and doing RNO, which is orientation, there. So I end up right on the quad with her. Lifer dorm, maximum security, Mike dorm.
So it's embracement right off the rip.
Craziness. But I was glad because she taught me, again, how to wash my clothes, what to do, what not to do, to get up, shower, how to hold your shower. Like all the basics of prison. Mm-hmm. And she told me something that changed me, that I took with me my entire sentence. And she said, no matter how far it seems off, because at this time I still have 9 years left, because I'm doing 12 years, 9 months, 13 days off a 15-year sentence, 3.5 in a county. I have 9 years left. She said, you have a chance I will never get. I know it seems far, but I have no date to go home.
Yeah.
She has 3 kids. No date. She said, you have a second chance. Make the most of your time. Take advantage of every opportunity. So I was at Lowell. I didn't want to leave Lowell, obviously, because Bear's there. I'm covered with all the lifers, my friends that are lifers. I'm good. But there's another facility, which is Gadsden, and it's privately owned. And they call it Cupcake Camp. Because at that time, back then, you could like order sweatpants and sweatshirts off the canteen. You get food packages all the time. There's a dog program, open rec. They have a nice gym, one of the nicest gyms I've ever been in. Even
Say a dog program?
they have a dog program where they
can have dogs?
train dogs. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can have them in your dorm. It's your dog. Yeah.
I only seen that in the Oz TV series where they were training.
This is real life
Yeah.
in prison. They train dogs.
Well, that guy trained him to fucking actually eat another guy, like attack him.
No, we train them to save people.
That was the intent for the show. I just didn't know that was a real thing.
You got to leave TV alone. You got to leave it alone.
I didn't go to prison. That was my thing. Is like when I went there, like everything that played in my mind was everything I'd seen on TV, which was like the absolute worst.
Yeah. Well, I kind of did see some of the worst. But yeah, so
What was the worst?
I mean, I've seen a girl that I know, a friend of mine, get her face sliced open.
And that was just fighting over whatever the case may be. Over the girl?
Over another girl.
Is women prison, is the most of the fights in there over like relationship status?
Yep.
Not necessarily clout.
Over girlfriends. Yeah, no, it's not clout. Because the thing about it is the clout doesn't last because girls talk so much.
Right.
There's no like, you know, like getting makeup brought on the compound or whatever, you could make, that's your hustle. You could sell makeup. A lip gloss goes for $25. It's $1 at the dollar store. Those cheap lip glosses, $25, $30.
So you could hustle it up in there.
You're hustling. So with that, but the next girl's jealous and they're telling so-and-so and so-and-so, she brought lip gloss in, or that officer, she talks all the time, they're bringing it in, or she's getting it in through visitation. And
so unless you got to end with the higher up COs, it's just going to be a constant rotation of who's on top.
Constant rotation.
Okay.
So that's the thing about women in prison. So it's not like gangs, clout. It's more like family. Like how I said, that's my wife. And then we have a prison kid or baby or brother, sister. That's the clique. And kind of like areas too. Like all of us from Jacksonville knew each other. We did time in the county together. We stuck together for the most part. But that's how it is. It's mostly girlfriends that you get in fights over, or just jealousy, which is the same thing out here.
Yeah.
Like,
really no different. I mean, it's just you're confined in there.
facts.
So you got this situation to where you're really into this shit. Would you say you loved her?
Oh, I still love her.
Still love her,
Not
okay.
on that
Right.
level, but yeah.
So you're in love with this girl, and an opportunity comes for you to go to basically a cupcake prison, is
Yep.
what they call it. And
I don't wanna
you-
go.
And you don't want to go.
Nope. I don't want to go. So she's like, they called me the night before to classification at like 7:00 at night, which they don't do. They're like, they need to re-fingerprint you. And I'm like, what? That's weird. She's like, I don't want to say it, but the Gadsden bus ran that morning. They wake you up at like 3 a.m. But
Right.
that morning, and she's like, you're probably going to Gadsden. Because if you have 15 years or under and a lower custody, you can go to Gadsden. She's like, they're probably coming to get you. That's why. And something in your paperwork wasn't up to par. You're going. Sure enough, they rolled my door at 3 a.m. and told me pack it up. I was going to Gadsden. I'm crying. Oh my God, I'm crying. I'm giving her all the contraband back that she just bought me on there. All my fake makeup, my Crayola, whatever. And I'm distraught. The whole bus to Gadsden, I'm crying. I'm already in prison. What the hell am I doing? So I get to Gadsden. I wasn't even there that long before I fight with a girl. I worked in the kitchen because when you first get to prison, that's where they put you, in the kitchen. You got to go through the kitchen. You're going to do your time working in the kitchen. I go in the kitchen and I'm working swill, which is outside where they bring their trays when they're done. And this girl called me a puss ass hoe. I'm like, me? I just look like this. Me? You don't know me, do you? You can't know me because I'm the white chick at that time. I'm crazy. Yeah. And I hit her with a tray, a dirty swill tray. Like, okay, now who's a possessor? So I go to confinement. And I end up going to confinement by myself, which really pissed me off because I'm like, this girl called me pistacho and I go to confinement by myself because she obviously didn't hit me back because I hit her with a tray and then the police got us and I go to confinement. But at that time, I'm kind of happy because I'm like, oh, good, they're going to raise my custody up 1 because I'm already medium to a 4 and I'll go back to Lowell with Bear and I'll be fine. I'll chill, do my time. I won't have to worry about none of this. They didn't do that. They let me back out on the compound. Me and Bear were writing letters and she found out I went to confinement because one thing about when you're in prison, word spreads fast, faster than out here. It's crazy. She wrote me and she was like, please do not come back to Lowell. Like, you have such a better opportunity. Go to college, take classes, because they have like, at this time they had horticulture, culinary, Cosmo, small business, HVAC. There's so many opportunities. She's like, just do your time, get home to those kids, and like make the best out of this time. So I did. I started just signing up for classes, doing the right thing, getting in wellness, working out, which I learned was my outlet from fighting because I just fought so much. I was so angry. I didn't know how to channel that. And then I learned when I started working out that, ooh, these endorphins, this feels better. This feels good. This gets rid of that angry. I don't even care what you say. Like, oh, well, I'm just going to go work out. So I just found a love for working out every single day. And I started teaching workouts, teaching step aerobics, teaching dance fitness, Zumba. And that kept me just on the right path because you don't want to lose being able to do that, right? Because you go to confinement, you lose that tag to be able to do that. And then I just started elevating from there, taking every class I could. I was in life skills 10 times. And anytime I did slip or get in trouble, my warden at that time, Mr. Hester, when I would get out of confinement, when I go to ICT, which is where they give you your job or your school assignment, he'd put me back in life skills. And I'm like, how many times am I going to have to take life skills with Ms. Dryman? And he's like, until you get it right. And I thank him for that because I got it right. I did thinking for a change. I now have a thought process before I react. I know how to respond in a proper manner. So I just started doing that. And every class I took, I would, anytime a class sign-in sheet came out, I was the first one signing up. Sign me up. I don't care what it was. I want to learn. I want to take advantage of my time and get out because I do have a date and make the most for myself and not end up back in this place or help somebody so that they never come back in this place or don't even come ever. Don't come down the road. Don't go down the road that I went on because I didn't have anybody in my ear saying, don't do that. This is going to happen. My mom's love language was very aggressive, like I said in the beginning. So we didn't really talk feelings. Well, this makes me feel like, that made me feel like, girl, go on, you're fine, Yeah. And so you suppress, you're angry, and then when things like this happen, you explode. So I just started learning how to channel my emotions. I started digging the root problems. Like, why do I feel this way? Okay, what made me feel this way? Going back to when I was a child and moving around a lot, that was toxic. I didn't know that. I'm just living, just a kid. Being a teen mom, my cousin dying, my grandma dying, like all these things, traumatic situations that happened in my life that at the time in the midst of it, I didn't know how to channel it, how to process it. Being able to do that while I was in prison so I don't get out here and fail. Because then you're like, you didn't get it right in there. You get out here, you can't get it right.
Right.
The world's moving too fast. Nobody's waiting on you. Nobody's helping. Like, you just got to do it. So I just started really taking advantage of everything that prison had to offer.
That's good. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do in there is try to the best of your ability to better yourself and come out to where you don't fall into the recidivism category of going right back. Because it's hard. It's not set up for you to succeed coming out of prison.
No.
It is designed for you to fail and go back. And then for everybody to go, see, told you. Like, that's what it's designed for. So the fact that you're here having this conversation is proof that, like, you're tougher than most because you've been able to overcome that. And that's not easy.
No, it's not. And it is definitely designed to fail because even being in there, I was on the Cosmo waiting list for 5 years. They did a population adjustment and shipped me from Gadsden to FWRC reception. They were doing just a mass population adjustment transfer. I was on that waiting list for so long waiting to get in that I never made it in. Because, again,
what is that?
Cosmetology.
Okay.
And it's just like, again, set up to fail. You have these people that are doing 15 years. They're considered long timers at this camp. So the ones that have a year are going to get in before you. But all those ones are filtering in and out, and you're just sitting there waiting on these programs that there's just not enough of in the system. There's not. Lowell has nothing. You could barely get your GED. Lifers can't even go to school. They're not allowed because they're lifers. But if they do have the opportunity to get out, then what?
Yeah.
They know nothing because you wouldn't even let them go to school because they're lifers.
Didn't you have another relationship with a CO at that one?
So when I got transferred to FWRC from Gadsden, because they did this mass population adjustment and just started shipping a lot of us out, they shipped me to FWRC. I was at FWRC acting a little donkey for a little bit because, again, I'm mad. You just took me from Gadsden, the privileged compound. I'm living like a princess. I haven't made. I'm walking the compound how I want, moving how I want.
Your bear's lady.
You're sending me to FWRC, which is reception. There's nothing here. They don't have a wellness. They have nothing. So I get there, and I'm there for a while. I put in a transfer to go to Hernando, which at that time was a faith-based compound, but it's open compound, and it's minimum security. So you're pretty much outside all day. And that's what I want. I want to be able to work out and move around how I want. So I go to Hernando, and the classification officer was a lady. And at the beginning, I'm thinking, no, she likes me. I'm likable. I'm funny. This is not what this is. And then, like, I see that I'm, like, getting my way. I'm like, hey, can you move this person in my dorm? She does it. She moved my girlfriend with me. Because I had another girlfriend this time. Years go by. You know, you move on. Bears the life of all. She moved on. I moved on. And I'm like, oh, wait. She did it. Hey, I want to get in wellness. She put me in wellness. Hey, I want this person to work with me. She put them in wellness. I'm like, wait a minute. She really likes me. So I started being able to I'd be like, when can I talk to you, like, about this or wellness or whatever it was? And she'd be like, you can come to my office whenever you want. I'm like, walk in your office?
That's how it starts.
Without a pass? This is good. So that's how it started. I started going to her office, and I went in there one day, and she kissed me, and I was like, whoa. I was actually shocked because I was not expecting that. This is head of classification. This is somebody who is top dog. They do transfers. They do jobs. They're neck and neck with Tallahassee. Oh, I got it made. Ooh,
yeah. That shock is quickly overcome by the fact that
I got the power.
This is going to be a good thing.
I have the power.
Yeah.
And I'm on a faith-based compound, so you can't get in trouble. You have to kind of be hush-hush because when you start talking, things start moving. It rattles a little bit of everybody.
Right.
We're privileged already. Food to die for. We had a guy in the kitchen who loved cooking. They made us really good food for prison. I mean, for out here, just good quality food. Yeah. I remember being at Lowell and the box said for animal consumption only. I'm like, that's what we're eating?
Jesus.
I'm Christ. Jewish. Kate, I need RDP. I need kosher immediately. I'm changing my religion. That's how bad the food was. But you go here and they're really taking pride in what they're feeding us. Small compound, like 400 something people, small kitchen. They're feeding us good.
And now you're the top dogs.
I'm top dog.
You're top
but nobody
dog's
can know.
Girl. Right.
Nobody can know.
You got to move in silence.
I got to move in silence because we are in faith-based and anybody finds out, they're going to try to get me in trouble. So with that, like I said, I started making moves. And I had it made, man. I was not eligible for work release because of my charge. They changed it. I don't remember exactly what year, but a guy that had a murder charge got out on work release, was that on work release? He killed somebody. So they changed where nobody with those charges could go to work release.
Right.
Well, the classification officer found a loophole for me because it was like statute 712.34 or 04, whatever. Well, I had one number off. Even though my charge was attempted murder, I had one number off. She pulled strings and got me eligible for work release through Tallahassee, which I never made it to work release. Just they pull you, they don't, you don't. It's how it goes. But that was a big deal for me to even sign. They told me I would never go. So I had that. And then, there was this one girl on the compound, trouble, bullying an older lady. And another lady came to me and was like, hey, on some real hush-hush, kind of know you got pulled. Not going to say what I think, but I need help. My bunkie's bullying the older lady next to her. Canteen, whatever. Now, this is faith-based compound. None of that should even be going on.
Right.
This is not Lowell. This is not Lifers. This is not maximum security. You're privileged to be here. We're getting hygiene packets with Bath and Body Works in it.
Yeah.
They're donating big bottles of body wash, shampoo, conditioner to the chaplain for us, putting it on our beds, real deodorant.
You're just being greedy at this point.
You're being greedy.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous. So I get her shipped.
Of course you do.
You're not going to bully her. I get her shipped.
Well,
Now,
rightfully so.
Rightfully so, though. But it ruffles some feathers.
That you had that kind of pull in there? Yeah,
Now they're like piecing it together.
I was about to say now
She's
it's
going to
not.
that office all the time. The compound's so small. Like, here's the rec yard. All right, you got the rec yard. You got the canteen facing the offices where you go in for classification. It's literally that small. Like, from me, I can see you going in there. It's not like on the other side of the compound.
And then you're in there
Very
for 2
small.
hours.
I'm in there for a little while. Come out. Moves happen. Yeah, I'm like, oh, you want to work in wellness? I need a team. I'm building a team. I'm getting whoever I want put on this team to teach these classes, which are accredited for the program, to graduate the program. So it's kind of a big deal. I'm a mentor, doing all these things. And that ruffled feathers, and they started just dropping bombs. And so it was like, my hands are tied. Like, I need to transfer you or I'm going to lose my job, pretty much.
And so you got transferred again.
I got transferred again.
Where'd you go then?
I went to Lowell.
Oh, you went back?
So from there, I went to FWRC. Okay. But I wasn't there that long before they sent me to Lowell.
Okay.
And this is my last year. I've already signed for work release. I'm down. I'm on downtime. You could put me on the roof.
You're cruising.
You could put me on the ceiling with nothing. I'm going to lay here until they tell me pack it up because I'm cruising. I'm on downtime.
Is this back where Bear is too?
So at that time, Bear was on the other side. But, okay, so I was with my girlfriend. And when I transferred, my girlfriend transferred. And then I ended up going to confinement to get back to her because they split us compounds. And I just so happened that I ended up being a confinement PREA on officer. And during that time, being PREA on an officer, I got back to the compound where she was.
This is a complicated
Which is the Rape
task.
Act, if you don't know. Like, where an officer tried you and then you go PREA on them and then you can end up moving because they put you in confinement for safety measures.
So you had to do that to an officer?
Well, that was real life.
Okay.
That was real. Perjury is also real.
Yes.
So
have you dove into that? Because I don't think I've heard that portion
Nope.
of your story.
No.
Do you want to or no?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Figured out
That's
I'm about to say, 'cause
got
I
some
don't-
years on that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I've heard.
No,
portion.
no, I never really talk about that for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But Another reason is that the officer's mom, who is an amazing lady, she's also in the corrections field. She now sends women to my transition house because I have a transition house for women that are getting out of prison.
Yep.
We house them. We contract them with programs that get them ready for work, food, clothes, second chance.
So no need to upset that.
Let's just keep that dead. However, the officer did get fired for not me, another girl. So this was going on. This was a known thing.
Okay.
I just needed to get back to my girlfriend. And I did. And I EOS'd from Lowell, Annex, where Bear was, but we were not together.
Right.
She was doing her thing. She has life. I'm just trying to go home at this time. Plus, I was a different person, right? I went in 19, went to prison, 22, 21. I'm 32.
Yeah. You've grown in prison.
I've grown.
Yeah.
I grew up in prison. Actually grew up in prison.
So let me ask you this, because people that's done long stints, as crazy as this sounds, when their release date gets closer, they actually start panicking a little bit about going back to reality and back to civilization, and almost like they become comfortable in prison. I had a guy tell me one time that he enjoyed being in prison better than he did the outside because he felt appreciated in there more. Was that a thought anywhere in your mind? Or
No,
are you
that's
ready to
never
get
been a
fucking
thought.
back?
I hear that all the time too, even being in there, even
Right.
the girls coming home. I think majority of the people that say that were in an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
So they're clean, they're fed, they're clothed, they're those things. Not saying all of them. I know a lot of long timers that get out, they have a really hard time adjusting, anxiety, all of that. I was able to adjust a little bit better, I think, because I did have good jobs where officers, I seen computer, I seen internet, I seen
Okay.
phone, I seen real food, I seen whatever. I talked to my kids. I had friends out here succeeding as felons.
Plus your
Was
kids
it
too
easy?
had to be a driving force. I mean, that's, yeah.
Hands down, still a driven force. Everything I do is for them. When I leave this earth, they're set, a legacy set. It's set. My brand, Finish Well, is built. No matter how you start, you finish well. I tell my daughter all the time, I don't care how you started. You were 4.5 with guns in your face, laid down, to your grandma raising you, to a broken home, a divorce with her and my stepdad, living with your boyfriend and now living with me. Life wasn't great to you. Your dad's doing 40 years. But no matter how you start, as long as you finish well, right?
I
And
love
that
that.
race. And so that's my brand. I have Finish Well Housing, which is the transition house. Finish Well Cleaning, which is my cleaning business under an LLC. Me and my daughter are doing. And there's some other projects I'm working on now with Finish Well. So just building that brand, leaving it to my kids like, oh, well, who was your mom? This is who she was. This is who she is. This is what she did. Means the most. That's why I continue doing what I'm doing. Now, with that, is it easy? No. When I got out, I had a friend. She's super successful. I'm never too prideful to say I fumbled a bag. My first bag I ever fumbled. I didn't know what to do. She got out, is running food trucks. Her and her husband have he did Fed time. She did time. He builds food trucks. She runs them. They've got churches. They've got gyms. They're doing it. Mm-hmm. I went with her for a little while thinking I was going to go straight into business. She's like, are you sure you don't want no time? I'm like, nope. I want a week with the kids. I'm catching a flight. My flight was already booked before I was released. Went to Indiana, grind. And I say I fumbled because I think I would have already been way ahead, but I don't think the journey would have transitioned to what I'm doing right now. Mm-hmm. It would have been different. Just again, the money. I would have been successful, but would I be having the impact? Because I want to have impact, right? I don't want to be successful without the impact. My story is why I want to be successful.
Right.
So I can't leave that out. And with her, it's like, let your story go, get this bag. It works for her. She's traveled the world. She has a house in Bali now, very successful, doing her thing. But I went there and she wanted me to run social media, run the gym. Again, I told you I was in fitness. I know you can't tell I've been gaining a little bit of weight lately. I'm going to lose it. But I had to transition. I didn't know how to post on Instagram. Instagram was not a thing. When I left, it was MySpace.
Yeah. Your top 8.
You want me to post on the story every day. I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, your top 8, and that was it.
That was it. So you want me to do all these things. You want me to run the gym. I don't know what these pro boxers, right? I don't know what it takes. I need to research. I need to learn. And so it was just very fast paced. And I couldn't do it at her pace as she wanted me to. She'd been out here. She thought I could. Now I would be a beast. I'd be running it all, but I needed to learn in the right timing. So I say I fumbled the bag, but it was God's timing. I say all that to say I left, caught a flight, left Indiana, went to Jacksonville, which is where I caught my case. I was there for about a month or two, and I was working at Longhorn, had a job, roommating with an old friend of mine, and I just did not feel right. I was like, man, this ain't it. My roommate and her boyfriend are fighting. I'm like, if the cops come, he has a gun. I don't want to go back to jail for nobody. Like, I need a better situation. And my friend who I did time with, who is an amazing woman, she lived in Tampa. I called her and I was like, this is what's going on. And she was like, I'm coming to get you right now. She drove from Tampa to Jacksonville. Even though my kids were in Jacksonville at this time, I have to do what's right for me to be a good mom for them.
Right.
She picked me up, and that's how I ended up in Tampa. But I was sleeping on her couch or in the bed with her, literally like my sister, sleeping on her couch, living out of a bag or a bin for months to grind. And that's when I seen like that transition is real and it is set up for failure. But you have to knock down every door they say you can't get in. Like 100 no's, there's going to be a yes. You just can't give up.
Right.
And for me, that was my force. Like, I don't care. Okay, I started serving at Ford's Garage. Same company, 3.5 years later, I'm one of their greatest bartenders, making great money. My daughter now serves there, waitressing. Like, got my cleaning business, got the transition house, traveling, podcasting, traveling, speaking, was on Fox 13 News. Like, but it started sleeping on a couch out of a bag. I didn't know what was next. Nobody's laying the platform saying, you're a felon, this is what you do, this is what you need to do, this is what. Nobody was doing that for me, right? Except my felon friends I met in prison. We're all just trying to make it together. They're the most loyal to me. We built the most loyal bond. Not because we had something for them or vice versa, because we truly cared about each other, because we were at rock bottom.
We finished well.
We finished well. So yes, it's just designed to fail, but you just have to, I believe you create your own destiny. And as long as you keep that in mind, I was just saying, like, they always say, what do you regret? Nothing. Like, nothing.
You can't.
But you're a felon. I love it. That is my driven force. You're a convicted felon. Yep, they told me I couldn't get my passport. I've been out the country. They told me I couldn't vote. I voted. They tell you all these things. But anything is subject to change.
Because now it's a challenge to what you can do as a felon. Look, I do all this as a felon. And I think that's the biggest thing, right? Because when I first, started getting into this, I was like, I didn't even know if I was going to talk about my story. When it finally got done, I was just like, I'd just leave that part of my life alone. But I was like, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be doing this. So I can't leave that alone.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate because I was able to beat my case and not be a statistic. And I've talked to so many people that have been wrongfully convicted for, Jeffrey Deskovic, 17 years. Andre Brown, a good friend of mine, done 22 years. They let him out for 3, and we're about to send him back for the remaining 17. Thank God Kathy Holko out of New York changed her mind and vacated the rest of his sentence. I mean, Russ Faria, who they did a documentary about on, I think, Hulu or Peacock Network. I've talked to so many people that wasn't as fortunate as me, that did go to jail, that done hard time, rough fucking prisons, that didn't do it. And I'm just like, if I can just help out one person, through a dark time, it'll be worth it. And you wouldn't believe when I've told stories, people that's contacted me, it's like, bro, I went through something similar. Your story really helped me. And I brought them on to share it. And I'm like, man, look, I thought maybe I would never want to talk about it. Like keeping it in would, be the way I dealt with it. But it's the opposite. Once I started talking about it, I loved it and I enjoy it. And it's like, telling that story to where everything is against you. I was looking at life. They were trying to give me life. But when you come out of that, damn, you're so much fucking stronger.
And not just stronger, because I've always been like that strong-minded. Like I was not easily persuaded. Even in that crime, I wanted to be involved.
Yeah.
And just to be involved even more because we had grown so apart, just to be involved. But it is instead of just existing, I'm living.
Yeah.
Right? Because what I seen before I went to prison, and even now, but before I went to prison, we're just existing in life, living day to day, working day to day, like just you're paying bills, you're taking care of home, you're just, okay, you might go out to dinner, but you're just out to dinner. It's not. And for me, every moment is an experience. Every moment I'm thankful for. Every moment, like, I'm free. I'm alive. I'm able to guide my daughter, which I never thought I would do because things got rocky. Even when I came home, you want to be a mom. I'll talk about it. My son, he's mad at me right now. You want to be a mom. I've been gone. I've been a mom, but I've been a mom through a fence, behind the fence. When you get out here and you're like, you're doing this, this, and this, and you don't need to be. And they're like, okay, well, you didn't need to leave me. And it's like, damn, you're right. So, but now having the opportunity to be like, Haley, you don't need to do this and this. And her not thinking I'm just trying to like get on her. And she's like, you're right. How can I? Like, what's a better way?
You're able to teach.
Guiding her. I can teach her. So it's like being strong, but also just having the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience. And I'm thriving. I thrive. I don't care what day it is, what's going on. Do I have bad days? Of course. But yesterday, everything was going wrong. We had to clean. I broke the lady's pepper shaker while I'm cleaning a house. I'm a perfectionist. I immediately went on Amazon and ordered them to her door. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. It's my friend's mom. She's like, girl, you didn't have to do that. Of course I'm going to, because I'm going to think about it all day. Then this happened. And I was telling my daughter, and she's like, well, thank God that it's not an awful life, just a day, and it'll go on. And I'm like, my baby's saying that? The impact, right? And if I can just get another little girl, another young girl, even a woman who hasn't fully bloomed or blossomed. I get it all the time. People message me, and it's crazy. They're like, I don't know how you just came up on my For You page. Thank you, you did. This is how I'm feeling. And it's a long thing. And I'm like, dang, okay.
The algorithm
randomly
works.
Thank God. I needed to touch you. That's what I'm here for. I'm not making money podcasting. I'm not making money in my transition house. That is a nonprofit. Truly, I get donations. We take donations. That's what we work off of.
But you're helping people. Though.
I'm helping people. And every day that I do, I feel good. And there's always that one that's like, oh, why am I doing this? Because they're ungrateful. They didn't change. They didn't get it. They're probably going to end up back. But then there's that one that's like, I just got my CDL. I'm working full time. I got my own store. I'm getting my kids back. I can move into my own place now. I've saved money. I'm like, that's what I'm doing it for. I didn't have that. I figured it out. When I had 20 no's, I took that yes. I would look up Tampa events, what's going on, and walk in that room like I was supposed to be there and network as if I already knew. I had somebody when I first got to Tampa, I was only out 6 months, and I went to meet with this lady, and I was like, look, I really want to touch the youth. You already have a nonprofit. Won't put their business out there, whatever it was. But she ended up telling somebody, that girl just got out of prison, them pipeline dreams. Now you see me thriving, and you're like, wait a minute. That's that same girl that came in here telling me this is what she wants to do. You didn't believe the blueprint. That's fine. Because, people want to see results. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have the person to believe in me. So that's why when my girls are like, hey, I want to do this. You can do that. You can. You can. It's possible. Do it.
Yeah. And that's the most awesome part about your story and why I really wanted to have you on, because it's those things like, it's all about how you respond. You're going to get knocked down in life. Shit's going to happen. Everybody might not go to prison or be facing a life charge. You're going to get knocked down, and it's all about how you respond, how you get up, how you move on, and then the impact that you can have touching other people. And I think it's something, I'm not saying nobody out there does it that haven't had that experience, because there absolutely has been people that run the Innocence Project and things like that. You know, they were never involved in, you know, being wrongfully convicted, but they understand it. But I think when you go through it, when you experience it for yourself, it's just a different level of respect you have for the people that are trying. You know, some people, it's just a matter of time. They're going to go back.
They're going to go back.
And they're sometimes they want to be back. But for the people that are busting their ass and they're trying and they're putting forth the effort, you see that, you respect it, you recognize it, game recognizes game, you understand it. And the fact that you're doing all that to help them is very cool.
Thanks. It's really hard. I had one situation just the other day. You know, it's all fun and dandy when I bring food home to them, because I'll get donations all the time. My job will cook extra pans of wings. I'm like, hey, take 2 pans to the girls. And people, I have garage, oh my God, full of clothes. They can just go through whenever they want, take what they want, donated. People are always thinking of me when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm grateful. And, you know, we are the one house in Tampa that we provide hygienes, paper towels, toilet paper, hand soap, napkins, coffee. They have their coffee bar. Transition houses ain't doing that. They don't even have the funding to do that. We don't have the funding, but we're making it happen because we don't want them to worry about those small things. Because I had to worry about those small things. I got to buy women's products. I need the money. So we don't want them to revert ever. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible. And this one girl, everything was fine and dandy the first couple of days because she's getting all this stuff. But when I have to enforce the rules, oh, you're a narcissist. Oh, you just think you're better than. No, girl, I'm telling you, because I slept on a couch and was homeless and went to prison and didn't have anything and didn't raise my kids and didn't have money, didn't have a savings, didn't even know how to get a savings, was living paycheck to paycheck. Because I did it is why I know and can tell you. And so sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, it gets very overbearing, and people don't ever want to tell that when they're running a nonprofit or helping reentry, homeless, whatever it is. But even the other day, I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I don't have $1 million grant. Am I praying for one? Absolutely. Because do I want to keep helping people? Yeah, we need money to do that.
Right.
But it was just like, God, you ungrateful little. And it's only when I realize not everybody's going to get it.
Yeah.
And people say all the time, not everybody's going to be a you.
Yeah.
They're not. And that's okay. Your journey is your journey. You can feel how you want about me, but instead of projecting, you should be reflecting. And I'm the one person you should call to get the help instead of pushing away. Because I'm here to help, right? Just because I enforce the rules, that has to be there. If we don't have structure, the house will be a disaster. You won't make it. We'll have relapse. We'll have stealing. We'll have all these things. They're in place for a reason. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it does get overbearing, but then when I get that one phone call and it's like, I got the job. I'm like, oh, yes, she's got a job. She's finishing the program. She's clean. Or I go do drug tests and everybody passed. I'm like, this is why I'm doing this.
And it may have even been your story on Facebook, but it was like, you know, I fumbled a bag but got a bigger bag. Lost a friend.
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Friend.
Kevin Gates. I had the Kevin Gates video.
But I mean, that's so true. It's just
is.
You think about things that are timed like the worst thing. I remember when one of the first jobs that I got after I, you know, kind of got my case and everything settled, I was at a job and I was looking to go to this other one. And I really liked the job I was at. I loved the boss, but I had an offer to go to an air-conditioned facility for like $2 more an hour. And I was so excited. And then something happened. It fell through. And I went. Luckily, I didn't quit before I went because I'd already got the offer. And it fell through at the last minute. And so I just thought that I was so pissed and so defeated. And it was like I wound up growing with the company I was at, becoming a supervisor.
See?
I did eventually leave.
Just never know.
But I left for another supervisor position at another company. Had I left that other plot, you know, I may have been just that worker still there to this day. So, like, you're going to fumble shit that you think is right for you at the time. But, you know, just let it play out and finish well.
Finish well. It's so true because when I left Indiana, I was like, I fucked up. Like, this was the greatest opportunity. But that was not my journey. I'm supposed to be exactly where I am right now and elevating and, you know, just all the things. And I'm grateful for it. And also, yeah, when I made that video is actually it's crazy because I was like, you know how they're like, let TikTok pick the sound. And I was going through this situation that I'm talking about. And usually, I don't know if TikTok picks the right sound for y'all, but it doesn't for me. But this day it picked that, and I was like, no, facts, because not only do I love Kevin Gates so much, I'm waiting for him to know to finish well. I love him.
We'll tag him in the short.
Oh my God. I love him so much that I literally almost passed out at his concert. That was the first concert I went to when I came home. I was like, I'm going to Kevin Gates. I almost passed out. That's a whole nother thing. But how do you call me on stage? But it's so true because I did fumble a big bag. I had a key to a gym whenever I wanted it. That's my dream. So it's like, dang, but I would not have saved the people I've saved. Right? Yeah, I lost friends. Her being one of them, we don't talk, you know? She wanted me to get out and do all these things and whatever. And it's like, but I've gained so many greater friendships. Oh my gosh, that I wouldn't know how I would be living today without them. They're the greatest friendships I've built since I've been in Tampa 3.5 years that like, they're family. They're my family.
So speaking of that, I want to wrap up with this question here. Well, two last questions. You've stated that you don't speak with your brother and you don't speak with your sister.
Nope.
Do you foresee that ever working out?
Nope. My sister has tried. I have also, I don't think I've responded. She holds the little girl that I was before prison dear to her, and I know just by when she texts me, like she'll send me some of our favorite songs that we had then, or something will come up, and I miss that also. But I'm not that person anymore. She don't know me. Getting to know each other. Okay, rekindling. The problem is you're stuck while I'm growing. So it just doesn't align. I am not mad at her for any decisions, even with her husband, the situation with him testifying on me. I've healed through all that. You didn't have control. You were in love. You had a kid. You were stuck. Whatever. It's everything after that. Like lying to me when I was in prison, telling me you put money on and didn't, telling me you're coming to see me and didn't. There's just so many other things that I had to heal through. Why would I reset myself up?
Yeah, it can't go
As
back.
far as my brother, he got out. I also healed through the time. He came to see me while I was at the faith-based compound. When he got out, he actually got early release. The state attorneys brought him back into court and let him out early. So on top of doing 10 years, he got out early. Came to see me one time and just like left me for my last few years. And so when I got out, there's just clashing. I heard he was like selling weed, doing this, doing that. I don't know. We don't talk. And I'm just like, you had all this good, but now I'm doing it. He was saying stupid stuff on my social media where I blocked him because he would get on and be like, you need to tell them this. I'm like, no, I don't need to tell them anything. I pick up the pen. I write my story. You pick up the pen and write your own. Mm-hmm. Pick up the mic and tell your own. I don't care. I'm not going to feel no type of way. It's yours to tell. But you won't because you guys have fabricated your lives so much and lived in denial for so long. You can't. So that's where I'm at with that. I don't think that will ever be rekindling. Again, I'm not mad. I don't live with bitterness towards them at all. It's sad because I wish I was a part of my niece and nephew's life, as well as my brother's kids, more than them. I want the kids. But I am blessed. My mom, I have a little sister. Her and my daughter are the same age. Well, they're a year apart. And she just had a baby, Brittany Lee. So I actually get to be there for every step of the way. She's 8 months old, and we're actually taking her to the zoo next Monday, her first time to the zoo. Nice. So I get to be there for this. And I'm like, I'm just going to be thankful for this moment because she was young. She didn't have an option. She didn't know.
Right.
She was young. So no, I don't think that will ever be. My brother still lives in the past. My sister's still holding on to somebody I'm not.
What would the Angela now say to the 14-year-old Angela?
Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm a Toastmasters queen, and I'm really good on being. That's good. God, I would need all day, but to sum it up, I would just tell her that believe that everything you go through is for a bigger purpose, and just believe that. Don't question it. Don't fight it. Just believe that you are exactly where you need to be for a reason and a purpose.
That's a good answer. And I think that's something that a lot of times we don't get it in the moment because we want something and it don't go our way, and we're automatically
Always looking
pissed
for
or
another answer.
devastated
Yeah.
or whatever. And sometimes it comes back around, sometimes it don't. But odds are, what does come around is probably better than what you wanted before, because there's a higher purpose out here above all of us that knows what's best. And I think it's great what you're doing. I appreciate you taking the time to fly down here and tell your story. I know your social media has been popping lately.
It's popping.
Tell everybody where they can go to follow you, keep up with you, help you out with your donate, whatever you got going on.
Okay, so if we can put the Finish Well on the social media links, we take donations, clothes, money. You can even donate Uber. You can go on there at finishwellhousingcommunities.org, and you can choose what you donate. To a Uber, to a night, a bed, a month for a lady, clothes for a lady, whatever it is, you can choose that. We have it set up like that. All of my social media handles, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and YouTube, they're all the same. It's Angela Nicolazzi, first and last name. You can't miss me because right now they're popping. It just went crazy, and I'm so grateful because it's real for me. I'm not on there fabricating. I want somebody to get it.
Yeah. Well, and that's when it's real and it's authentic, I think that's when it becomes popping. That's when it's easy to tell your story because you've lived it and there's nobody better to tell it.
Nobody.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. I really
Thank you for flying me out, having me here. It's a pleasure. I know it's been like a hit or miss, so I was really excited to be able to get it done.
Likewise. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this episode of Crime and Entertainment. We'll put all the links for Angela in the show notes. Please go check it out. Give her a like, follow, share, subscribe, donate, whatever you can do to help her out. Angela, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right, food time.
Yep.
Starving.